Mukbang, a mukbangin', mukbang, a mukbangin', mukbang. Oh, we hangin', we bang, oh, we bangin'. Oh, we got a double bacon cheese jerk burger. Who want a yummy bite? It's dripping, y'all. The sauce is dripping. I gotta hurry up and tend to these bad girls. I also have some protein chips. These are chili lime from the brand Quest. I also am drinking some orange vanilla flavored water. Yummy delicious. It's about to go down. What's up, Yummy Biters? Welcome back to another episode of Yummybitestv. Y'all already see it, y'all. I don't know how I'm gonna bite these burgers. Like, I didn't anticipate putting all this stuff. I didn't know it was gonna be this high. Anyway, it is what it is, and we're about to tear them up. I don't know if I'm gonna eat both of them though. We're gonna see. Let's pray. Amen. And I'm drinking orange vanilla flavored water. Yes, y'all. Y'all, I am tired. Oh my God. And this daggone sweatsuit ain't making it no freaking better. Yeah, I don't know when we gonna be able to wear coats and stuff, because honey, it is just not giving cold in Texas at all. I don't know why I keep trying to make it be cold and wear boots and like, girl, it's just, I might as well put my shorts on. Honestly. Look at this freaking burger. Okay, it's gonna be messy, so I don't want to hear nothing that nobody got to say. I mean, nothing. It's supposed to be turned this way. I mean, does it really matter which way it's turned, though? Oh, my God. Double bacon cheese jerk burger. This is incredible. Honestly. Wow. I didn't know it was gonna be this good. Oh my goodness. You can't tell me this is dry. Everything I have on here is a must. A literal must. What's your favorite kind of burger to eat? Let me know in the comments. Your favorite kind of burger to eat. Can y'all guess what mine is? I bet y'all can't guess. That jerk mayo. Oh my God. Y'all have to try one of these kind of burgers. Like, what? Mmm. 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 Oh my God. I'm so happy right now. Y'all don't even know. I was literally just stressing because it was taking me so long to make these burgers. Mmm. 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 That jalapeno, what was it? Some type of, I think it's jalapeno Monterey Jack or something like that. I don't know. It's some type of jalapeno cheese on here. Oh my God. And then the Velveeta slices. Oh my God. That combination is incredible. Mmm. Mmm. And I made two. I hope I turned out all the everything over there. I hope I turned it off. Oh my God. Mmm. Woo! Boy. These chili lime are my favorite protein chips by Quest. So good. These are like spicy pickles. Wow. The only burger I would recommend going to go get from a spot is the In-N-Out Flying Dutchman, onion wrapped. Ugh, that's the only one, y'all. But if you can make your burger at home, oh my God. Excuse me. You can do all the customization that you want to your burger. Mmm. Oh, that was delicious. Like, woo, boy. Oh my gosh. I think that is the best burger that I've ever made. It's the best. Straight up. I ain't even done. Oh gosh, excuse me. I saw somebody's comment that said that they wash their hair every 2 days and it's gross because whoever doesn't wash their hair like that often, hair probably stinks and it's, you know, got dirt in there, something like that. I don't even know. Anyway, now, y'all know that everybody is different, right? Black people are definitely different from other races. We can go more than 2 days without washing our hair. Now, you can wash your hair if you're black once a week if you want to. You can even wash it every day if you want to. But it's not good for our hair to wash our hair that often. Okay? We can wash our hair once a month and it not smell. Some people wait 3 months. Y'all know I've waited for a while, you know, to wash my hair. And I'm not going to say my hair ain't dirty because mine is. Oh, excuse me. But it doesn't stink. Yeah, I know. It's weird, huh? It doesn't stink. But it is definitely there. I still need to wash my hair. I still need to wash it. I just have not freaking felt like it. But I've combed it and I put water and stuff through it and oil and stuff, but I just haven't washed it yet. But yeah, everybody's different, so don't like look down on somebody about not washing their hair. Now, washing their body, that's a whole different thing. Okay, you can't wait 2 months to take a bath. Okay, and you got to wash your legs. You have to wash your legs. I wonder who started to exclude washing your legs. Like, you don't have to wash your legs. Why wash your legs? You wash up here and wash your arms and stuff, but just don't wash your legs. That's crazy. I literally can't. And whoever follows my vlog channel, y'all, I told y'all whenever I'm uploading my videos over there, there's like a what do you call it, like a button or whatever, when you're uploading, asking whether or not you want to make the comments public or something like that. Anyway, mine is automatically by default set on comments being off. I told you that a long time ago. I don't know why YouTube did that to that channel, but they did. So every time I upload a video over there, I have to turn the comments on. I have to make sure that that button is turned on so y'all can comment. So anyway, the other day, I forgot to do that. It was probably late and I was probably sleepy because a lot of times, like lately, I've been having to upload my vlogs late. Y'all know, whoever follow me over there. And somebody was like, they went under one of my other videos and like, I'm not gonna give her no views because, what did I say? I'm not gonna give her no view because she turned off the comments. Is that a thing? You don't watch unless the comments are on? Let me know. Y'all read y'all comments today. Somebody also said, what did I say? Oh, that the comment section is boring now because there's not any drama or whatever. Talking about bring back the drama because it's so dry. Is that what y'all like in the comments? Drama? That's what make y'all watch the video? Let me know. Because I think that's pretty strange. I like to see people's videos that have nice comments, you know, even though honestly, y'all, I don't really like when I'm watching somebody's video. I honestly, if I want to comment, I'm going to comment, but I don't care what everybody else is saying, honestly, you know, in order for me to comment. I don't have to be worried about what other people are saying in order for me to comment. That's what I meant. So, I don't know. I don't get that whole thing. Oh my gosh. So, I don't even know if I think we have a couple of topics, but we're going to go to the comments first cuz ooh. I cannot believe I made 2 of these. I guess I just didn't anticipate on how, because I was looking at the buns. I was like, these buns are so little. Like, they're just a tad bit bigger than a slider. But this is enough. Like, this is enough. Okay. All right. Come on, positivity. Oh, and another thing, y'all, today I forgot to press publish on the video. I cannot believe I did that, but I did, and I'm sorry. I did put the video out. It was about freaking 5 o'clock, though, when I had came back from running errands. Yeah, I was in Leia's car today running some very important errands. But, so, should I go into the... Oh, man, I'm going to have to read the comments from the day before. And some of them comments I already read. But, you know what? I guess I could read the ones I didn't read. All right, let's do it.
Try killing bugs that worry.
All right. Okay, so in the title of my video, okay, of the ramen noodles, I I called it my ghetto ramen, something like that. Anyway, I called it that because I put a lot of stuff in there, and you know, I just called it ghetto. That's it. There was nothing too deep about it, you know, nothing too deep at all. Somebody had asked, who is that? Wait, what? 4606 says, what makes it ghetto? That's a real question. Please enlighten me. And that's it. That's it. That's for whoever wanted to know. Let me see. Carmen Eats 4979 says, new here and that looks delicious. Welcome, Carmen. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It was delicious, girl. Okay, let's talk about it. You know what? I shouldn't read this, but I'm going to. User FT5UW2NX4B says, you are such an interesting person. Thank you. The way you talk to your lay when she picked your tail up, I could tell you're old because who says tail? The way lay when she picked your tail up from the hospital, from the accident we all know you caused because the vlog and drive all the time. You're making accusations. You and then you didn't even say it right. You forced her into letting you drive her car. What? See, when you don't know what happened, you just make stuff up and you're making yourself look completely ridiculous. Cause you don't know what happened. All you heard was me say, Leia, let me drive. Leia, let me drive. I didn't want her to drive me. I did not want her to drive me. I was already traumatized from when I had to teach her to drive, and we almost ran into oncoming traffic backwards. So I was out, and people that know, I was completely traumatized. We filmed it and everything. You can go back and look at it. Completely traumatized from that. And when Leia came to pick me up, she comes around the corner and she didn't have her lights on. And I couldn't do it. I had just been in an accident and I just didn't want nobody to drive me nowhere. And that's my decision, not nobody else's. You know what I'm saying? And it was her decision whether or not she wanted to let me drive. I asked her a couple of times. And she said, "No, mama, I'm not letting you drive." And I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm going to call her granny, my mama, to, come and pick me up. And that was that. You're literally, let me finish reading this. The accident we all know you caused because you vlog and drive all the time. You forced her into you drive her car. All she was trying to do was get you silly tail home safe. I unsub. You are something else. I'm glad you unsub because obviously you're not here for me. You're literally making up stuff because you didn't know the whole story. You didn't know. So you're making up stuff, and I don't want anybody to follow me that does that. That's crazy. It's literally crazy. Now, if you don't know the story, just ask, well, what happened? Why did you want to drive? Or why didn't you let Leia drive you home? You could have just asked instead of making stuff up. Okay? And there's a reason why I didn't talk and give y'all details about the accident, because it ain't none of your business. That's why. Okay? Plain and simple. I have learned not to say certain things on the internet anymore. It doesn't even matter if I told y'all the story. Somebody out there would have made up another story, okay, of their own and made that the story. So I just chose not to talk about it at all, period. Okay? I'm going to let y'all think what y'all want to think. And those of you that are, I appreciate those of you that were worried about me and, asking, it was like, y'all are glad that I was okay and stuff like that. And didn't ask any more about the accident because I said I didn't want to give any details. I'm so happy for the people who respected what I asked. You know what I'm saying? Or what I said. I was like, I'll let y'all know I got into an accident, but I don't want to discuss the details. I told y'all just a little bit, but I didn't tell y'all none of the details. None of them. I told y'all that I was injured, where I was injured, and all that, but no details. So that's what happens when, you don't give details. People make up stories of their own, and I'm just going to let you run with that. Okay, you could just run with that and you can unsub. You don't ever have to watch me again. Ever. I'm not gonna miss you. And that's user FT5UW2NX4B. Now you have to stand on that because if I see you back in these comments, I'm gonna be like, I thought you unsubbed. You didn't want to watch me no more. You have to stand on that. Because I'm not even going to block you. Because I know you're going to be back in them comments. Let's see. Stacy Jennings 7696 says, looks good, Yummy. Thank you. Pamela Moore 7139 says, the noodles look so good. Thank you, girl. Y'all, those were the best ramen, like, freaking ever. Like, ever. Yeah, so, I didn't finish telling y'all. I called my mom to come and get me. And that was just it. It was just the fact that I just didn't want my child to drive me nowhere. I was traumatized. Traumatized. I just wanted to drive myself. That was just it. Period. You know? Is there anything else? Yeah, I told you that. I called my mama. My mama came and got me. And that's it, you know. And yes, I feel safe with my mom driving me because she's a very experienced driver. That's why. Okay? Let me know. Anybody out there scared to let their kids drive them anywhere? Let me know in the comments if you have kids. Let me know. Like, are you like, you know, a little stressed a little bit? Do you have a little bit of anxiety if your kids got to drive you, or you got to teach your kids to drive? Because, oh my God. Woo, I'm so glad that part is over with. Lord have mercy. I was so traumatized from that. I couldn't even do it no more. I had to send Maya and Leia to driving school. Cause y'all, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. I tried. Y'all know, y'all came most of the time when I took them driving. Y'all were there because I recorded it. There's not too many times that we went driving and I didn't record it. But yeah, and that was just it. And then you say the way that I talked to her, what? I literally had just gotten into an accident. I was so calm. I wasn't yelling. All I was asking her was, Leia, let me drive. Let me drive. I think I asked her like 3 times. And she told me, Mom, I'm not letting you drive. And I was like, okay, well then just forget it. That was it. Y'all always try to, bring that negative, what do you call it? Narrative when it comes to me and Leia. Why do y'all do that? Why? That is my daughter, okay? That's my daughter. We're not constantly always arguing, okay? That's not what it is. All right? That's my child. I love her just like I love all of my other kids. All right? Like, oh my God. Just ridiculous. Stop with that. Stop. And stop mentioning my kids. Ain't nobody said nothing about Leia in this vlog, in this mukbang. Stop mentioning my kids. If I'm not mentioning my kids, what the hell are you mentioning them for? For what? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense. Anyway, and I know I wasn't supposed to be addressing, but I had to address that, okay? She wrote a big old long message. NYIIYU says, that's how animals go missing. People leaving their damn door open. How cats and dogs go missing because people don't care. Huh? People leave their doors open. What do you mean, like for a long time or something? Were you talking about me leaving my door open so I could, what? The door was open because I went outside to go and get Bailey. Is that what you're talking about? That's why my door was open and there was nobody there to close it behind me. So the door was open for a couple of seconds while I went outside to get Bailey. Anyway. Now, you must be talking about people that just leave their door open all day long. And then that's how their pets, go missing. And don't you know, like, everybody didn't leave their doors open, and that's why their pet is missing. Sometimes you could, and this happens all the time, sometimes you can open the door and they can just skedaddle out of there. Like, you can open the door for the freaking UPS driver or the FedEx driver, and they just dash out your daggone house. Like, it happens. Like, leaving your door open is not the only way that cats and dogs, go missing. Come on, I know that you know better than that. Anyway, Maggie Howell 843 says you should try the viral steamed dumplings or do the video where you try stuff with cottage cheese and mustard. I did that, but I didn't do it on this channel. I did it though on TikTok. I did the cottage cheese and mustard, the whole thing. I did the whole thing. I don't know if y'all want to see that for a mukbang. Would y'all want to see that? Y'all let me know in the comments. And she says, oh, the steamed dumplings. I did that on my TikTok also. Now, since I'm keto now, I can't do the steamed dumplings because what was it? Just one dumpling. Was it one dumpling? Y'all, don't get me the line. It's the whole tray. It's 6 dumplings, was 30 grams of carbs. And I just was like, no, I can't do it. Because I wanted to do it, but I was like, no, I can't do it. You know, it's because, I'm keto and I just can't do it. And she said, something fun, maybe even with the girls, do it with me. Okay. Oh, we're going to do something cool Sunday. We're doing something cool on Sunday, so stay tuned for that. We were supposed to do it this past Sunday, but what happened? I wasn't feeling good. Something was wrong. I can't even remember at this point. Yeah. So, oh, girl, look, y'all see this burger just sliding? It's too good. TT Lopez 1986 says, I take 2 baths a day, but yes, water, soap, deodorant, toothpaste should touch your body at the minimum of once a day, every day. Yes, I totally agree. Totally. TT Lopez 1986 also says, it actually is a black people's thing, and that's okay. What you talking about? The towels. And she says you should research how we taught others how to wash and. Oh, girl, I already know. How to wash and be clean in some of their hygiene practices. Now I don't know about their hygiene practices, but I know that we were the people to teach them how to clean themselves. Which is why I don't know why things went awry, but whatever. OMG, you be shocked, straight disgusting what they used to do before we taught them correctly. Okay, so I need to research what they used to do because I don't know that part. I just know that we taught them how to clean themselves. That's interesting. Maybe we could talk about that on the next video. Clemson Tigers RX1TO says, maybe she is the reason the dog keeps running away. Pet neglect / abuse is a real thing. Apparently, she is not worried about the dog missing. So sad. I don't know. I don't know because when I saw her, she was coming from the mailbox. She had a bunch of mail in her hands. The dog kept running from her. I didn't see a leash either. I didn't see a leash on the dog. And she kept running after the dog, trying to get the dog. It looked like she cared. It looked like it. I don't know. Maybe they thought that, since the dog didn't come back home, that, the dog was long gone. Maybe they did look for the dog. I don't know. I don't know that part. Because I didn't even know who she was. I had never seen her. She might be like the type of person that stays in the house like me, let me see. Cheryl Wright 6205 says, I feel the same way about not washing hair. No way. That was her comment that I was talking about earlier. TDT 4495 says your noodles remind me of yakiming, which is a New Orleans cuisine. I heard about that. This guy on TikTok, did he make some or he was talking about it or something? He is from New Orleans. And he was talking about yakiming, and I had never heard of it until I watched his video. And he was talking about it. I think somebody might have had made it on TikTok, and he was saying that ain't how it's made and stuff like that. But that's what it's like. I'm gonna have to look it up and see what that what it entails. Melanie says that looks bombski. Yes, girl. Thank you. Jaquetta Harrison Forrest says the ramen looks good and it's perfect for a cold day. Yes, that's why I wanted it, because it was just a little cold. It wasn't that cold. I think it was like the night before it was really cold. But that next day it wasn't that cold. The ramen looks good and is perfect for a cold day. As far as Diddy goes, he's already buried, so nothing he says is going to clear his name. I totally agree. I'm glad women are getting the courage to speak out. Totally agree. Mr. Wonderful OX2IB says, so slurping is natural as well, huh? I feel like when you're eating soup, I feel like everybody slurps when they eat soup. Do you not slurp? Like to get it into your mouth? Like, I mean, must we talk about this? Like, I don't know if I know anybody that doesn't slurp a little bit when they're eating soup or noodles especially. Noodles especially. And I watch a lot of people eating on TikTok. And every single person I done watched has always slurped their noodles. Like, that's how you get them up in your mouth. Unless you're twirling them around a fork and you get them all in your mouth at once, you know. I understand that. But, I mean, is it that big of a deal, though? Me, and I know you're trying to, like, be funny about me smacking my food. That's just the way I eat, and point blank, period. No, nobody's going to be able to do anything about it. You know, it just is what it is. If you don't like it, you already know what you could do. If you don't like it, you know. Erica Adams UD2QG says, oh, and I gotta tell y'all the announcement also that I told y'all yesterday that I was gonna make. Girl, that looks good. OMG, I'm going to make this. It's cold right now, right on time. Have a good day. Did you make it? Let me know in the comments if you made it. TT Lopez 1986 says, I'm dreading the day my kids move out. I thought I'd be joyful, but I'm actually dreading it. Having your kids under your roof, I don't know, it kind of gives you some peace. Girl, I completely agree with you. Knowing that they're okay, they're fed, girl. But I know I have to let them have a life. I know. That's the thing. Like, you be thinking, like, during them times where it's hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, when they're teenagers and they, you know, they start getting sassy and talking back. And, you know, you just going through all the woes of, you know, them being teenagers. Those are the times that you're probably like, oh my God, I can't wait until they move out and get their own place, you know. But, you know, when it starts happening, like, oh my God, you know, you start worrying, like, and when they're gone, you're worrying, especially when they don't answer the phone. You know, and you know they can't answer the phone all the time, especially if they have a job. But yeah, you worry about all those kind of things. If they fed, if they, you know, paying their bills on time, I be wondering about that. You you just worry about multiple things. And you know, when Amaya said that she was going to be coming back home, I was just feeling so like, I don't know what it was. It was like warm inside, like, you know, finally I can know, you know, that she's okay, you know, and not out there in that horrible world that we live in. You know, so yeah, I totally agree. And I think everybody feels like that about their kids. Even if, you know, you had a hard time with your child when you was raising them. I think you're still gonna miss your kids when they completely leave. Like that's a bomb right there. Like wow, they're gone. They're not here. I don't hear anything. It's so quiet. You know? Deborah Cooper 41884 says, "Hey, Yummy, hey girl." J Ace Lynn Freeman 3796 says, "Hey Miss Yummy, I'm in Austin. Yes, he shot a local security officer at the high school. Yes, I heard about that. The officer is well known in the community. What? So everyone was talking about it. Also, 50 Cent has been doing a documentary exposing Diddy and dropping lots of receipts. Girl, why I didn't hear about that? I believe Rick Ross just finished an interview and voiced his opinion on 50. Now, 50 is on his heels, adding him into the Diddy situation. What? Getting juicy on Instagram. Girl, it's on Instagram. It be so much stuff going on Instagram. Like, you can literally make posts on Instagram that you cannot put nowhere else. You can't put that on TikTok. You surely can't put it on YouTube. I'll just be like, dang, Instagram, let somebody put this up. Like, I mean, graphic stuff where people are being unalived on camera. I'm like, dang, like, and then I wonder sometimes, like, why are people putting this on Instagram? Like, why? So I'm gonna have to go check that out. I want to know about a documentary. Like, where is he airing the documentary? Or is he like putting it together? Or does he already have a documentary? He has been doing a documentary. He's filming a documentary right now? Girl, anyway, I'm gonna have to go check it out. Shariah, I hope I said your name right. Shariah 4 says, "Yummy, it's normal to miss anyone that has lived with you for 15 plus years, especially your own children. You're experiencing a little bit of empty nesters." Yeah, I know. You said a little bit because I still have kids here. When everyone leaves, I imagine it will be harder. Yeah, it probably will. Like, I've already been trying to imagine it. But, you know, everybody's not going to leave because we're going to have Jaden here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm probably still going to feel it. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably still going to feel it. Having all the girls gone, you know? Let's see. Michael, or is it Michelle? It's Michelle. Michelle Clark 9463 says, "Yummy, I had a house full. Then in 2016, my eldest son passed away. My daughter, and rest in peace to your son. My daughter was in college and my youngest moved out shortly after that. I thought I would love it, but truthfully, I hate it. It's so quiet. I can imagine how quiet it is. It's so quiet, and I feel unhappy. Like I don't know how to live without them." Really? Oh my goodness. Because you were a mother for so long. I'm pretty sure that is hard. I definitely treasure the time I spend with them now, and I'm slowly learning to get on with my life without them. Good luck. Thank you, girl. Good luck to you too. Wow. Girl, I felt that one, girl. User SJ2EI17I 20 Yummy. The secret to shrinking your stomach is as soon as you feel full, stop eating. Yeah, I read your comment. Stop eating, because when you continue eating, you're stretching your stomach. You're right. And you put another comment on here. And you said, you should have named your noodle soup Surf and Turf. I started laughing. I thought that was so funny. Surf and Turf. Surf and Turf noodles. And another comment you put, girl, I have been thinking about those noodles you made. Oh my Lord, I'm looking at it right now. I was thinking about it all night. I have everything I need except onions. I cannot eat beef anymore because it's so hard to digest and it hurts my stomach so bad. As soon as I get my onions, I'm going to make that soup. It's still gonna be good, girl, without the beef. It's still gonna be good. Let me see. Let's see. Miss Pretty Puzzy 1IFY says, not sure why you named it ghetto. It's more like a healthier version of ramen. Looks good though. I think I'm going to make it, but I'll use shrimp and chicken instead of beef. Yeah, you can use any type of protein that you want. Maggie Vicente. Tell me if I said that right, because I think that's what this is. Maggie Vicente 9986 says, I work out first thing in the morning, 5 days a week. Girl, you are disciplined, honey. I know you said you don't want to lift weights, but that is really good for us as menopausal women, especially. Tell me why. How is that good for us lifting weights? Now, I know walking and all of that is good. Is it just the exercise, period? Because, girl, I dread lifting weights because of the soreness. Like, I hate being sore. I just hate it. Troy 2045 says, now you got me wanting pho. Or pho. I'm sorry. You got me wanting pho. That looks delicious. I love that you said that you used a different mushroom than usual. Walking can absolutely, I read yours too. Can absolutely tone you up. You can add weights for your, and to get the Michelle Obama arms, LOL. You can also add the ankle weights to get the toning to your legs. Yeah, was it you that told me that before? Because somebody else had told me to, when I had started walking, that I needed to add some weights to my legs. I never did though. I never did. Oh, girl, I almost took my eye out with my nail. Let's see. April 1979 says, girl, Bailey and that other dog took you through it. They sure did. Like, I was literally out there holding my chest like this, running around trying to get Bailey as they're like literally trying to tear each other apart. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I hope neither one of them gets hurt. Like, and my neighbor was yelling, get your dog. I'm trying, like, don't you see me trying to get her? Like, literally. Yeah, they took me through it for a moment there. Jen Ha 80 says, ghetto? I don't think that is even ghetto. That is just healthy ghetto. It's just original ramen with plain. You got ribeye steak. That is more up than ghetto. You're right. Y'all never believe what I was gonna have the other day, but I didn't record. It was when was that? It was it this week or was it last week? Anyway, I'm not gonna tell y'all because I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it. Black Diamonds World 1 says, go ahead, Yummy, because, girl, you did that. Thank you, girl. Thank you. When I was watching, I was like, oh my God, that looks so good. Y'all, it was so, like, y'all don't even understand. Corey Soto 6610 says, I still miss my kids, and they're grown with their own families. My 26-year-old son was out of the house for a while, and he passed away in July. Like, oh my God. Like, I can't even imagine that. Like, I can't even imagine, like, what you are going through. Honestly, I know you miss him. Like, I know you do. Like, rest in peace to your son. He was young. Oh, my goodness. But you'll be okay. You will be okay. But I know you miss him though. Let's see. And y'all, and that's it. That's it pretty much. Y'all make sure y'all turn on y'all's notifications so whenever I put my videos out, y'all can get the videos right away. You know what? I'm going to read the comments that are here for the video that I put out super duper late today. Let's see. Mr. Wonderful OX2IB says, you act like Florida is foreign land in that it's not something common to have food shipped. I have never known of anybody shipping a whole seafood boil that's already cooked. I've never seen it. Never. Let me know in the comments. Have you? That was a first for me. A complete first. So, yeah. And you know, everybody's different. Maybe you've seen it, but I haven't. So, you know, different people experience different things in life, and I had never experienced seeing someone take a whole cooked seafood boil and sending it out to somebody and it's frozen. Now, I've heard of you know, people ordering seafood from, like, you know, spots offline or whatever, but not a whole seasoned and cooked and all that seafood boil. Never. Have I ever? It's not something common to have. What maybe you meant uncommon. It's not something uncommon to have food shipped, mailed out to you when it's done all the time and have been done. You should get out more. That has nothing to do with anything. Because I wasn't out when I realized that. I was in my house and I was online. So, you know, you tried it. But it didn't land. Julie Willis 6499 says, I eat whatever I want to eat. Okay, bye. Okay, what? Okay. And then Julie Willis 6499 says, every time you eat something, you think we want some on way, man? Huh? What? Have you never watched an eating show? Maybe you haven't. I don't know why you would even say that. Mr. Wonderful OX2IB says, dried it out. Damn near burnt it up. Untrue. J Jones 301 says, girl, that seafood dried in the desert is a girl. Well, I would have thought you was eating it. Girl, wasn't dry at all. Joyce Mac 1459 says, hello, Yummy Bite. Seafood looks delicious. Thank you. It was amazing. User PJ5BP6MW7Y says, I love seafood. And so do I. Janie Harris 6947 says, yes, I did it. Stop eating when you feel full. My stomach strength and walking do farm and shape. Now, I read it exactly how you wrote it. I think you meant to say that you stop eating when you feel full, and walking does firm in shape. Bia Bogany OC2BJ says, good night, beautiful queen. That seafood boil looks delicious, amazing. Thanks for the awesome, amazing, beautiful video. You looking amazing as always. And thanks, sis. I just love your beautiful family. I enjoy Amaya and her beautiful girlfriend and Ladybug and her dad and your handsome son, Jaden. Hope you all have a wonderful, blessed, beautiful weekend. Thanks, sis. Love you. Love you too. That was an amazing comment. Thank you so much. And y'all, see, take that as an example. When you mention my kids, say nice things. Just say nice things. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Y'all. So Nikki is coming out with her album. They're playing her songs now. And y'all, I like them. Like, I normally don't like a lot of Nicki Minaj songs. I don't really like listen to her like that. But if she's on the radio and something is like out on the internet and I'm forced to listen, well then I'll listen to it. But I heard some of her songs and I like them a lot. A lot. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, it just doesn't sound like what she usually puts out to me. So yeah, I can't wait for her music. I mean, I'm not gonna go buy nothing and that, but I'll listen to it. Definitely listen to it. Is anybody going to any of her concerts? Because she's supposed to be going on tour. Let me know if you're going to her concert. Pamela Moore 7139 says, hey Yummy, happy Friday. The seafood looks so good. Thank you, girl. Roberta McRoy 7938 says the spot is in Orlando, Florida. Well, you know what? They might have one in Orlando too. Because they have well, what's on her what was her Instagram? It was Tampa, Florida. So maybe she has more than one location, because I know she has one that's not in Florida. I forgot where though. But yeah, I think she has a couple of locations. TT Lopez 1986 says, walking is the best exercise because you're getting a moderate full body workout. You can even add HIIT to, girl, do not remind me of no HIIT exercises. Woo, Jesus. Oh, that was so hard. That was so hard. And you know what's funny? Me and Mersha were doing those HIIT exercises when we were at our biggest. Like, not Mersha. When I was at my biggest, that's what I started doing. Remember, those were HIIT exercises that me and him was doing. And I was able to do them at that size, but I can't do them at this size. Maybe it's just because I just don't want to. Maybe that's what it is, because I dread even reading that, girl. Oh my God. HIIT. Ooh. She said, if you want to amp it up, girl. And she also says, wow, Tampa is about 45 minutes from me. Florida seafood is the best. Yes, it is. Plus, it's snow crab season. That's why them boys so big. What? I didn't know this was a season 4. I did not know that, girl. I did not know that. I remember like when seafood was like all the rage and everybody was eating crab legs on their channels, and like the mukbangers from Florida, they would have these huge crab leg clusters. I'd be like, dang, why we ain't got them down here? Because we did not have crab clusters that big. Like, y'all can see the difference. The mukbangers from Florida, their stuff would be humongous. They would have huge blue crab, all that. We just don't have that down here. And it's just like, just from seeing that just made me think that, you know, they have to have the best seafood. You know, Florida and like Maine, I know they have like the best seafood too. But yeah, I just know Texas ain't it, okay, for seafood. Yeah, if you're gonna get some seafood, order it from somewhere in Florida. Okay. Anyway, y'all, that's the last comment I'ma read because Mersho in there making noise in the kitchen. Yes, you are. So I can't even eat no more because it's past my time. Look at this. Golly. Why did I think I was gonna eat two? Anyway. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram and TikTok. And let me let y'all know the trip is canceled. Okay? I think that the price, you know, that it was priced at, could nobody afford that? And I understand that. I had never you know, done anything like that, so I didn't know how much something like that was supposed to cost. Okay, I didn't know then, and I still don't know, honestly. So if I ever get that opportunity again, yeah, I'm gonna, you know, I have already, you know, been talking to some people about how much something like that should be, and it was way overpriced. You know, my Yummy Biters was like, no, you know, we cannot afford this. And I understand, you know, look at the times that we're living in. Like, you know, so anyway, yes, it is canceled. And I'm not mad. I'm not mad. It's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. So, yeah, so make sure y'all follow me on my family vlog channel. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do what? Thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. For everyday videos. Hey, hey, and I will see you guys on tomorrow. Peace. Y'all come back now. Yeah. Bye, y'all.